And let's begin with the latest statement coming in from US President Donald Trump, who's reiterated his tariff threat to India. Donald Trump speaking about his latest threat that he'll increase the tariff on India because of India's ties with Russia, says very clearly now in an interview to a US media network. He said that the sticking point with India is that tariffs are too high, and so tariffs will be raised on India very soon over Russia oil. Again, no clarity that's coming from Trump on exactly what kind of a tariff increase we're talking about, but he's sticking to his guns, saying very clearly that India will pay the price for its ties with Russia, particularly over Russia oil. So Trump confirming that what he put out on his social media profile wasn't just a one-off comment, that he sticks to his stand that India will pay more for having ties with Russia. Let me bring in Pranay Upadhyay of India Today Global for more on this. So Pranay, no clarity from Trump on exactly how much of additional tariff we're talking about, but reiterating that there will be more for India to pay.
Akshita, President Donald Trump seems to be playing the pressure tactics here. He has stated this in his social media post. Thereafter, he reiterated, and with various social media posts as well as the various statements coming out from his cabinet colleagues and his team, and as well as he himself has made it clear that he is going to mount another level of pressure with another level of penalty on India's purchase of Russian oil. But clearly, after the statement put out by the government of India to give the factual position that it was the United States which compelled India to go for the Russian oil purchase because the normal oil sources were not available for India, and those oil sources were diverted to ensure the energy security for the Europe. Also, it was US was in agreement with India's oil purchase from Russia because it actually helped to stabilize the oil prices. So clearly, this shows that how India has helped to stabilize the oil prices here. Also, President Donald Trump has not specified that what level of penalty he is going to impose on India as far as India's oil purchases are concerned, or in fact, as far as the India's tariffs are concerned. We are only 48 hours away from the implementation of the 25% tariff penalty. So we are yet to see that, whether he increases that tariff penalty over and about 25%, whether it is 5%, 10% or 15%, we do not know the number, because that will bring the calculation that what exactly will be the amount of tariff India or the US has to pay for the Indian imports.
That's right. So at this point, no clarity. And Pranay is right in pointing out that in 48 hours, this comes into effect. Remember, 1st August was the date that was pushed to 7th August. So 48 hours is when this new tariff rates will come into effect. How much is it? We don't know, because the first time you had Trump announcing that there's a tariff slapped on India, he spoke of penalties. This time around, just about yesterday, he said that there'll be more tariffs for India to pay. What is the percentage? We have no idea just yet. But let me bring in Rohit Sharma. He's joining us live from Washington, D.C. Rohit, good morning. Take us through the latest statement that's come in from the US president now, where he's again reiterated essentially that he's going after India.
As a matter of fact, Akshita, he just went on one of American news media channels and said he's going to raise tariffs of India substantially in the next 24 hours. Now, he's put a deadline to when he was going to announce it. We saw that about 24 hours ago. He said that he posted a message on Truth Social and said that he was going to raise tariffs of India, which is at 25%, and he said he was going to use it or increase that tariffs substantially. Now, 5 minutes ago, he went on an American news channel and said he is going to raise that in the next 24 hours. And he kept saying that India is not a fair trading partner. India has not traded fairly with the United States, and that he sees that if India continues to buy the Russian oil, he has no choice but to increase these tariffs substantially. So more breaking news coming our way, Akshita. President Donald Trump saying that in the next 24 hours, he would announce what number he thinks in his mind would be the tariffs of India.
So next 24 hours, we'll have to be on standby to get more clarity on exactly what kind of rates Trump is actually talking about. But also, in these comments that have come in, the big question mark that arises here, Rohit, is what happens to the talks that were scheduled to take place between India and US. There was a lot of chatter that there'd be a US delegation headed to India on 25th and 26th of August. Any word from the White House on whether that conversation, that dialogue is still on?
Well, look, we've been told that the conversations have been ongoing. They've been, for all these months, and that's what has been the case. But the fact that there has been frustration has caused President Donald Trump to come out and say things he has said on social media and issue statements to, off the cuff statements to American media also. So yes, the fact is, Akshita, there could be something that could be announced, a phase one of a deal, some kind of, a deal that could be announced. These conversations are ongoing. But the fact that President Trump has made up his mind and he's tied these tariffs to India purchasing Russian oil tells you how he's looking at the entire scenario, where he's not only looking at getting a deal, but also trying to get India to stop buying from the Russians, which again, it is a hard sell for India. But yes, you're right. I mean, there are conversations. There always will be conversations ongoing, but we'll have to wait and watch. How can Donald Trump, back off of his initial comments?
Okay, Rohit, Pranay, I request both of you to stay with me.